How's it going? Victoria ran across this interesting recipe for pork loin in the Instant Pot and asked me to make it for her. So we're going to give it a try today and make pork loin in the Instant Pot for the first time. This recipe is called the Best Damn Instant Pot pork tenderloin. Excuse me. So we're going to go ahead and follow the instructions and see how it turns out. So the first step in this is it asks you to remove the pork tenderloin from the refrigerator, but leave it in the package for about 15 to 20 minutes. Once that time has elapsed, go ahead and remove the tenderloin from the package, rinse and pat dry, and then trim any visible fat off of the tenderloin, and then cut it into 2 equal length pieces. The next thing we're going to do is coat each of the 2 pieces in a little bit of oil. It calls for 1 teaspoon of olive oil. I used avocado oil. That's all I had on hand. Then we're going to combine all of the dry ingredients, and I'll read those off in just a minute. And with the oil-coated tenderloin, we're going to then use the dry ingredients as a rub for that. So let's go ahead and mix up the dry ingredients. The first item in that is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then it's 2 teaspoons of coarse black pepper. Use less to taste for preference. I only used 1. 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt. 1 teaspoon of paprika. 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now I didn't have any garlic powder on hand, so I used garlic granules. So once you have the oil on the meat and you have the dry ingredients mixed up, go ahead and rub that on to the pork tenderloin and set it aside. Okay, now we're going to set the Instant Pot to saute mode and let it heat up. Once it's hot, we're going to place the rubbed pork tenderloin into the pot, and we're going to sear it on all sides. Okay, and then once all the sides have been seared for several minutes total, we're going to go ahead and pull that and put it back on the plate. And we're going to then pour the liquids into the pot and use that to remove the fond out of the bottom of the pot that is left. So the liquids include 1 cup of chicken broth, 1/2 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke. So once that's in there, again, we'll scrape the bottom, get a nice roux started, and then we will just place the meat right back into the Instant Pot. Okay. Then we're going to seal it up, and we're going to set it for a total of 3 minutes of cooking time. So once that comes to pressure, it'll cook for 3 minutes. Then we're going to let it naturally depressurize for 15 minutes. While that's cooking and then depressurizing, we're going to go ahead and make up the rest of our meal. We're going to have some rice, and we're going to have a little bit of broccoli on the side. Okay, once the pressure's been released, we're going to remove the meat to a cutting board, and we're going to let it rest for about 5 minutes. Then we're going to scoop out about 3 tablespoons of the roux into a small cup, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to that and mix it together and get all the lumps out. Then we're going to add that back into the roux. We're going to turn on saute mode, and we're going to let that come to a boil. Once that's at a boil, we're going to turn the heat off, and we're going to stir it and allow it to thicken up into a nice gravy. And there you have it, Instant Pot pork tenderloin. We're going to slice it into about 1/4 to 1/2 inch medallions, and then we're going to put it on the plate. And here you have it. All right, let's see how this is going to be received.
Mmm.
Good?
Yes. I think I could taste some of the brown sugar.
That would be good, otherwise it would be a waste if you couldn't taste the ingredient. All right, let's give it a shot. It's very moist and tender. That is super. World's best? Maybe close. I love it.
World's top 5?
Okay, we'll give it world's top 5. I think clearly it falls in that category. Well, there you go.
Super simple?
Super simple. I'm gonna go. I'm hungry and I want to eat this. And we're gonna go. Bye.
Bye.